Yo, welcome back to the channel and buckle up because what's happening right now might just be the most chaotic shakeup in celebrity and political circles we've seen in years. Elon Musk just went off on X, formerly Twitter, and his cryptic posts are sparking serious heat. We're talking connections between Sean Diddy Combs, Jeffrey Epstein, and even Donald Trump. Yeah, you heard that right. And then on top of that, he and Joe Rogan went full uncensored during a recent podcast that's got everyone raising eyebrow. Today we're breaking down new details in the Diddy investigation, the alleged list of accomplices, the celebrities being linked, and what Elon Musk just said that might flip this whole thing upside down. Let's start with what we know right now. Sean Combs Diddy is currently facing multiple lawsuits with serious allegations. Over the past year, these cases have gained momentum, with plaintiffs accusing the music mogul of inappropriate conduct, power of and using his influence to silence people. This isn't just one story anymore. This is a growing list of legal complaints, multiple investigations, and increasing media pressure. And with his ongoing trial shocking the public, it isn't looking good for him right now. Now, to be clear, Diddy hasn't been criminally convicted of anything as of this recording. These are all allegations. But it's the pattern of lawsuits, paired with behind-the-scenes chatter, that's raising red flags. People in the industry are starting to talk, off the record, and allegedly, so is someone else. Now let's get into what really set the internet on fire, Elon Musk's tweet storm. This wasn't your usual Elon trolling or meme posting. This was a direct shot at Donald Trump. So Elon jumps on X and drops what he calls a really big bomb. He straight up says, real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Then he signs off all casual like, have a nice day, DJT. Like what? The man basically just accused a former president of being in the Epstein files and suggested that's why they've been kept under wraps. Then in a follow-up tweet, he tells everyone to mark the post, saying the truth will come out. Now, to be super clear here, the Epstein documents haven't officially confirmed Trump's name in connection to criminal conduct, but Elon isn't beating around the bush here. He's implying that there's more to the story than anyone's been willing to say out loud.
And then this moment hits even harder when you realize that just recently, Trump was asked in an interview whether he would pardon Diddy if he were convicted. His answer? Not exactly a no. Kind of danced around it, gave this vague, we'll see kind of response, only added fuel to the fire. So here you have Elon Musk, probably the most powerful guy in tech, suggesting that Trump has ties to Epstein and potentially Diddy, and that there's a whole cover-up going on. That's not coming from a random conspiracy page. That's coming from the guy who owns the platform the world is watching. It's giving leverage, warning shot, or maybe even a threat, depending on how you read it.
But the thing is that people in the music and entertainment industry had to know that Diddy was like, kids basically, and yet they still fed him kids. And like, where's the accountability?
There had to be rumors. There had to be. They
had to know.
Yeah,
they had to know.
Cat Williams is talking about it on
exactly.
Yeah, on that podcast.
But like who's feeding him the kids?
Right. Here's a statistic that people need to take into consideration when you think about illegal immigration. Do you know how many kids are missing?
How many missing in what? Like,
kids that came across the border that are unaccounted for.
I saw a number on like 300,000 or something like that.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Let's say it's only 10% of that.
Sure.
That's still insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So then, Musk sits down with Joe Rogan, and the two have this eerily casual convo that shifts from energy and vibes to houses that hold memories. Rogan says some places just feel dark, and then Musk goes, yeah, I bet Diddy's house feels weird. Probably like something serious happened there. It was subtle, but the message was loud. They were alluding to things going down behind closed doors in elite circles, things people don't talk about. At one point, Rogan even hints that Diddy's circle has deep ties to politics, and not the kind you see on campaign posters. It felt like they were testing the waters, like they were saying just enough to let people know there's more to this story. Now let's talk about this accomplices list that everyone's been whispering about online. To be clear, no official list has been released publicly, but there are rumblings about who might have enabled, facilitated, or turned a blind eye to what was happening in Diddy's world. Let's break down a few of the names that keep coming up. Jennifer Lopez. She dated Diddy back in the late 90s, and recently people have pointed out how vocal she is about political causes, especially against Trump, but she's been totally silent about the allegations surrounding Diddy. Elon called that out directly, saying it's strange how selective people are when it comes to what they'll speak up about. Ellen DeGeneres. She's reportedly relocated to the UK recently, and some fans are connecting that to the Diddy situation. Diddy was a regular guest on her show, and they often joked about his parties. Now people are wondering, was that all just for laughs, or was something deeper going on? Ashton Kutcher, once close to Diddy during the MTV era. He's been low-key lately, especially after the Danny Masterson letter backlash. There's a resurfaced interview where Ashton says Diddy told him never to prank him on Punk'd, and in today's context, that quote hits very different.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Diddy called him his top VIP for years. From yacht parties to private events, Leo was always there. But when Diddy's houses got raided, Leo dipped off to Italy. Just a vacation? Skeptical. Maybe. Or maybe it's strategic distancing. Again, we're not saying these people committed crimes, but these names keep being brought up in conversations around proximity, silence, and what they may or may not have witnessed. Let's talk about the silence, because that's almost more telling than the noise. The same celebrities who speak out the moment a headline breaks have stayed completely quiet on Diddy's legal troubles. No big statements, no tweets, no distancing. And that raises the question, why? It could be because they're waiting to see what evidence comes out. Or it could be because some of them are involved behind the scenes, whether through association, enabling behavior, or shared knowledge. And here's where it gets even deeper. Some folks online are speculating that Diddy may have leverage, meaning if push comes to shove and he goes down, he might start naming names. So why is Elon talking now? Is he just stirring the pot, or does he know something? Remember, Elon owns X. He has back-end access to the platform's private messages and historic activity logs. That's a lot of digital dirt. If he wanted to make a move, he could. Some people think Musk is positioning himself as a disruptor, someone who's trying to clean up the elite class by threatening exposure. Others think he's strategically aligning with Trump ahead of the election cycle and using stories like this to drive a wedge between Hollywood and the political elite. Either way, Elon's not tweeting by accident. He knows every post is a chess move, and this week, he moved a queen. So here's where we are. Diddy's legal situation is heating up. Elon Musk is dropping hints like breadcrumbs. Joe Rogan's podcast just gave a platform to a very coded conversation. If that rumored accomplices list becomes real evidence, whether through a court leak, a whistleblower, or a plea deal, everything changes. We could be looking at a Hollywood unraveling. People once considered untouchable might face the music. The Epstein files are still largely sealed. Diddy's legal team is quiet, and Elon, he's watching from the sidelines. For now. So what do you think? Is Elon Musk about to blow the lid off a massive elite cover-up? Or is this just another chapter in internet speculation? Are these celebrity connections just guilty by association? Or is something darker lurking under the surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is on the list? And do you believe Elon is really sitting on that kind of footage? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.